Tony.
I think we're on.
Bring
Are we
it,
on?
Tony.
Are we on? I think we're on.
Woo!
Should we do the theme again?
No, I really just has to turn on the monitor so I know what's going on.
Well, we have to pretend we're on, right?
Welcome everybody to the Heavy Leather Topless Dance Party.
Yeah!
If you haven't watched our show, there we are. If you haven't watched our show before, we are a rock and roll dance party, and you're going to have a great time tonight. What a show we have! It is jam-packed, also right. But first, let me introduce everybody. My name is Ken. You might know me as the frankly legendary rock writer Sleaze Grinder. I think you probably do. And to my right, there she is, everybody. It's America's showgirl. It's Elsa Riot.
Yeah!
And to my left, nobody, because Stacy DC is in Italy.
Karate Ghost.
And to my other
careful.
left, there they are. It's the kings of the nighttime world. It's the Black Leather Lagoon. By the way, look, we got. It looks like we have Sam 2.0 here. This is the brand new.
Right?
I
Fancy
love it.
alien Sam.
Are we sure she's not just a Sam lookalike?
She might not.
Be a robot.
We might never know. Listen, we have an
dig it either
incredible.
way.
We have an incredible show this evening. 61 Ghosts is here, everybody.
Yeah!
Look at that.
When's
61
the grammar
Ghosts.
be 61 ghosts are here?
Right, exactly. That's the correct grammar. Joe and I from 61 Ghosts, we go way back. We go way back to the old days. We'll talk about that later. To the 90s. Yeah, anybody remember the 90s?
Holy smokes.
Oh, yeah.
I had so many Bugs Bunny and Taz shirts.
Exactly.
It's real. I did.
Also tonight, funny man Dan Martin is here. He's going to make us laugh. The Bone Lady is here to show us her bones.
Yeah! Boney!
What does that mean?
We're going to see the boneless ladies, the Bone Lady's bones, and also the incredible Jessica Barstis is here to perform some burlesque with the Black Leather Lagoon. What a packed show that is.
Yeah!
But first, let me say this before we get to the show proper. Let me just say this: tomorrow, you can pick up this week's Boston's Weekly Dig to find who you're going to find on the cover. Guess who's going to find on the cover? Us, Stace. Can we see the?
Yeah!
Can we see the cover of tomorrow's Boston's Weekly Dig? Maybe. Can we?
Oh! Can you dig it? Oh yeah!
There we are. Incredible.
It's so colorful.
You can so you can read all about us.
Looking
Go
at
for
it is
Boston,
like
Ken.
being on set. I love it.
That's exactly right. Also, tonight is our director and also my bride Stacy Dawn's birthday.
Yeah!
I mean, not really. It's next week. So maybe at the end of the show, she will take a bow. We'll see about that.
Yeah!
So listen, we don't even have time for any rigmarole, so we're gonna get right to it. This band is one of the most exciting bands in town. They tour all over. They got a new record. You're gonna love all of it. Here they are, everybody. It's 61 Ghosts.
Yeah!
Baby, won't you ride with me in my black Cadillac? Don't know where we're going. Sometimes you just gotta black. Trouble and strife ain't nothing I dread. One hand on the wheel, one hand on your leg, black Cadillac. Black Cadillac. My baby and me riding down the desert road. I don't know where we're going. Sometime you just gotta go. Throw that rearview mirror, not looking back. One hand on the wheel, one hand on your leg, black Cadillac. My black Cadillac. My black Cadillac. My black Cadillac. Ride it. 2,000 ago. The last thing I'm worried about is growing old. White line fever, San Antone, drinking at Sancho's, feel like I'm home. Black Cadillac, my black Cadillac, in my black Cadillac, baby, my black Cadillac. Let's get out of Texas. Come on, Dixie. Thank you, brother. Let's do one more. Shake for me, 100 proof. Cause you believe it, baby. Well, it don't mean it's the truth. Would you roll for me? I wanna hear you sing. I'm gonna make your church bell ring, ring, ring. Hey! I wish I had some answer. Baby, just your mama's tears, your daddy's threats. I can't believe it, darling, 'cause I ain't done nothing yet. And I seen you smile behind your frown. That calico dress, well, it might be coming down, it might be coming, wow. I wish I had some answer, just for wish I had some answer, baby, just come on, man. Let the preacher preach, let the choir sing. When your family tree's been rotted, baby, it don't mean a thing. Train whistle blows, music to my ear. I got to go. See you in a year. See you, hey. I wish I had some answers just for you. Wish I had some answers, baby, just for you. Hey, thank you, appreciate it.
61 ghosts, everybody! What an incredible display. Let's bring them on over here, and we'll get to know the 61 ghosts a little bit. By the way, Elsie, you know what I appreciate is that there's only 2 of the 61 ghosts there.
That's what I was wondering
There's Joe
about
and
the
there's
other
Dixie,
59.
and I really appreciate a band with only 2 people because it's very hard to remember people's names, as you
Yeah.
know. And every week, you guys know, every week we get a band on here, 4 or 5 guys.
Yeah.
Who knows what their names are? Nobody knows. So,
I'm good.
plenty of
Here we
space.
go.
There's
There we
always
go.
room on
Oh,
this
there's always
couch.
room on this
It's
couch.
like
Always
literally
room on the
always
couch.
true.
No one knows, but it actually
thing
folds out.
expands.
It's really.
It's
Thing
enchanted.
expands.
Yeah, it's like
really.
when you get here that you go. There's more room than you think. All right. First of all, I think the question that everybody has is why 61 ghosts? That sounds like a lot of the ghosts to handle.
Yeah.
Ghostesses.
Why not 59 ghosts? Why not? Why are we?
Dixie and I put this band together.
There you go. Microphone up here. Here we go.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Up here.
Dixie and I put this band together down in Mississippi.
Okay.
Down
Wow.
in Clarksdale.
Oh, that's cool, man.
So there's Highway 61.
All right.
And I had done an album previously called Chasing 61 Ghosts, which was following the blues guys when they went from Mississippi up to Chicago.
Yeah.
So in a sense, we're kind of in their footsteps, going from, in this case, Clarksdale up to the northeast.
How cool is it that you guys formed a band in Mississippi? I mean, that's the place where you form a band, I guess, right? What was happening? Bring us to that moment. Bring us to the
You know
moment.
what? You and I talked about it earlier, Ken. Sometimes there's a door that opens up in your life.
Yeah.
And mine opened up a couple of years ago. Dixie and I had met in Florida like 15 years ago, maybe more time.
What were you doing in Florida? What was happening?
I was doing videos for a different band I was in.
Okay.
So we'd fly down and do videos, and Dixie was playing drums. We thought, this is
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Why would you go all the way to Florida to make videos?
I was in a record company at,
Okay, all right.
that point in Florida.
So there you were.
So there we were. And then here I am. I was bandless, or actually I was in a band at the time, but it wasn't going too well. And Dixie, out of the blue, calls from Mississippi and goes, "Why don't we put a band together?
Yeah.
This is just crazy
That was
enough
some
that it
weird
might work.
stuff.
And you were like, let's do it. And then now here we are.
Yeah.
Let's
Right
do it."
on.
2 years
The,
later. Yay.
What is interesting is that Joe, he used to have a band called Two Saints. And Two Saints, a couple things about Two Saints. Number one, they were on my first TV show, Welcome to Weird City, back in the early 90s. Whoa. So it was like 25 years ago, something like that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You have not changed a
You haven't changed either, buddy.
Oh, you're lying now.
Everybody is still as youthful as they always were. And also, Two Saints, famous because they toured with, you guys toured with Johnny Thunders for
That was in a band called The Daughters.
the Daughters, right?
We were in The Daughters.
Before the Two
pre
Saints.
Two Saints.
Right. And did you play on any Johnny Thunders records?
Yeah, I'm on 3 of his albums. We used to open for him. Simon Rich, who you know, said to our manager at that time, "Hey, can we ever open for Johnny?" Handful of dates later, and Johnny starts coming early, which was surprising.
Yeah.
And he would come up on stage and we'd do Chatterbox, like a bunch of Doll songs, bunch of Heartbreaker songs. And then for some reason, he must have been delusional. He liked us, so we played with him for a few years, and did a few albums, which was pretty cool.
It's incredible. You know, what's interesting is that it's hard to explain to young people, like under 25, who Johnny Thunders is and what his relevance is. Because if you show them a YouTube video, here's a guy stumbling around, can't figure out what song he's playing, and then he falls over, and everybody goes, "That was the greatest thing I ever saw." Nobody understands. Kids don't understand that. It's just like Evel Knievel. You can't explain
It's
Evel
true.
Knievel to people under 25 either. You go, he was the greatest motorcycle daredevil ever lived. Well, what does that mean? It means he jumped over 19 buses. And you go, and they go, why would anybody jump over 19 buses? It's ridiculous.
That's the point.
But you know, so many guitar players have been influenced by Johnny. It's I mean, you can just
That one right there.
Right here.
there you go.
I stole the shit.
But you know, it's not just falling down all the time.
Yeah.
On his nights that he was on,
Right.
it was phenomenal.
He was the greatest.
No one had the edge, and there was something to going. When you see Johnny play or saw Johnny play, you didn't know what was coming,
Right.
and that's exciting to us. You know, that's exciting to Dixie and I.
That's why we don't have a set list.
Yeah,
I just kind of
we
read
just
his
wing it.
mind. I go, let's hope I get it this time.
Right. That's also why we do this show, because we don't know what's going to happen next.
Oh my God.
It's all about
Live,
the
without a
edge.
net. That's why we do it.
It's about the edge, the danger.
Right.
Definitely.
Some weeks we completely blow it. Some weeks we nail it. It's
Oh, yeah.
fantastic.
Never blown it. You've never blown it. What are you
So
talking
good so
about?
far this week, huh?
We've definitely blown it
Fingers
today.
crossed.
So you guys were like, okay, we have a guitar, we have some drums. That's it. We're finished.
We're done.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? We had
So
a
our
ba-
bass player is superfluous.
No,
There's one
we
right there. I don't
there's-
want
There's a bass player.
to. Okay.
Never.
Because that guy looks like he's an important part of the band.
Look at him.
Even
Yeah.
if he didn't
That's
play bass,
official, man.
he looks important.
He looks very.
He handles all the paperwork, too.
It's true.
You know, we had a bass player on
Yeah.
that
on this record right here,
You know what it came down
which
to?
is called To the Edge.
As you guys would know, sometimes it's so hard just to coordinate a practice with 4 people. Forget like going on the road for weeks at a time.
Right.
So our bass player, who we love dearly,
Who actually painted the front of that drum.
that's right.
Okay.
That's awesome.
JD Sight.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is great.
Throw him some credit.
but he said I don't want to tour as much as you guys. Dixie looked at me and said, I guess we're a duo.
And
Yeah.
I'm used to it because I used to play with an elderly gentleman, Leo Bud Welsh, in Mississippi, and we went all over the world for 2 years. And he was somebody that never signaled, didn't do this or lift his little guitar up or shrug, nothing.
So it was
So as a
similar-
drummer, it was like, oh, and he would always hop time. He'd keep changing it, and it was like, mm-hmm.
So it was like the Thunder's years
Good
where
practice.
the
Yeah.
person in charge would never give you a clue what they're doing.
Right.
Song, stop, go.
Yeah.
So us having no set list makes it on that dangerous side because every time we play it, it's going to be something.
So you're
fresh.
saying to this day, no set list?
No, we know a bunch of songs, and,
Yeah.
and
A
the
lot of
songs
songs.
can change in the middle of the song and the arrangement of it, and
Oh my
Dixie
God.
just catches it. And, Yeah, no,
Right.
But I've
So
played
that's
in
the
bands
freedom of
where
not having.
it was all about perfection in some bands.
Yeah.
This one is like, if the lead's going good, or if we want to do an extra chorus, I'm going to do it, and Dixie will catch it.
Well, it sounds like those are the pros of not having anybody else in the band. What are the cons of just having 2 people in the band?
I haven't found one yet.
Really? Oh my God.
A couple people have said, "Oh, you need a bass player," but just because I think they're used to seeing a bass player. But for the most part,
Hold doors open.
Yeah, it's only 2 people to carry stuff. That's
Yeah,
the.
to carry stuff.
Right?
We need a roadie bass player.
Yeah, exactly. Or,
But no-
or at least a roadie.
I haven't toured in the Two Saints days. We did a bunch of tours overseas,
Yeah.
and this is finally getting back to that because you don't have to coordinate 4 or 5 guys.
Yep.
Nothing against big bands.
Or bass player.
It's tough.
It is very tough, and that's the point. Is we
But also, I must say, if he has a bass player, he can't change his mind. They can't read his mind what notes he's going to play. So he has to keep doing this. And for me, who just totally works on whatever the groove is at the moment, and once it's messed up, it's like, you know.
But we take this back a little bit. When we tour in Texas, we actually tour quite a bit down there. There's a friend of ours that plays bass. He'll come up and play 5 or 6 songs.
Yeah.
Real good, great
Yeah.
guy, great bass
He
player.
knows
You
his
just don't
songs
need
and
him.
everything.
You just don't need him. It's good, nice to have around. You just don't need him.
Well, and he's got a family and jobs and gigs, and so
By the way, this record, this has been out for a little bit. To the Edge, right?
yeah,
How long is it?
year and a half.
Year and a half.
Yeah.
So you got it. You working on a new one?
Yes.
Yeah,
Is
actually,
it,
we are.
is it a concept record?
no.
No. Okay.
Should it be?
I don't know. I'm just wondering.
never know.
Maybe it was. But I don't know.
You know what? Actually, we're going to go. I mentioned to you earlier. We're going to go see Joe King of the Queers
Yeah.
in Atlanta when we go to Texas in a few weeks. Going to do some recording down there.
Yeah,
It's
it should
fun
be
to
cool.
see him. Joe's a great guy.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, beautiful. Well, there you go. It's 61 Ghosts, everybody.
Thank you.
All right,
Yeah!
you guys can go back over there. You can go back over there. There you go. We're gonna hear some more of the incredible 61 Ghosts in just a bit. But we must keep things moving, and you know how we do it on the show. We have a little rock and roll, and then we have some laughs. This guy that's coming up right now, you know, I say this a lot. You know, this guy's one of my favorites. I don't always mean it. This time, I really do. He's absolutely one of my favorites. He's the king of Boston comedy. Here he comes, everybody. It's Dan Martin!
Hello, TV land. How are you guys?
Hey!
You guys fun. You guys are my in-studio audience. This is pretty cool. So yeah, I've been doing comedy for 10 years, not bragging. It's just good to be out of the house. My wife and I recently adopted an 11-year-old human girl. And no, it sucks. She's rude, man. She's rude. You know, she means well, but kids are rude. She said to me recently, she said, "Daddy, I love you even though you're fat." I said, yeah, and I love you even though your parents didn't. So that's how this is going to work, I guess. I guess we're fighting. I don't know. I don't know what kind of role model I'm going to be. Like, I never got along with my mother or any of the women I've been inside of since. So I don't really know how it's going to work out. My dad was an alcoholic, guys, but he hasn't had a drink in over 14 years, so let's give him a round of applause in the studio. Sober for died in 2003, so he hasn't had. hasn't had a drop to drink. So I don't really know. It runs in my family. My brother was a heroin addict, and he used to call me for rides, and I didn't want to enable him, but it's like I needed material. So, my dad did pass away. When I was younger, my dad would buy these like Klondike bars, ice cream Klondike bars, and if I ate them, he would abuse me. But I ate them anyway because they tasted like his love. And now I'm 38 years old. I can't hear a Klondike bar commercial without curling into a fetal position. What haven't I done? You know, like let me fucking have one. So I go to therapy because and do that. My doctor, he wanted me to try antidepressants, but like I didn't really know if I wanted to do that because I have like body issues and I have like a predisposition to addiction because of my brother and my dad. So I was like, I don't know if I should do this. And I was like, is it gonna make me too happy? The therapist was like, that's not a thing, you idiot. Like, it's not, no one's ever too happy and needs a pill. That's what heroin's for. So I was like, fine, I'll try it. And he's like, besides, when you take the Zoloft, you could still like write comedy. You'll be yourself. You'll be cynical, whatever. You'll just be able to handle things differently when you get upset. Like with the Zoloft, like when you get upset, you'll feel like you have warm butter in your tummy. What the fuck does that mean? I already with the body stuff, I already feel like I have a bag of warm stuff just dangling on where my tummy is. And it's like, another thing is like, if butter works, why am I paying $75 for Zoloft? Like if I could just go home and microwave a couple Land O'Lakes, I don't see why I'm shelling out money for you and Zoloft. That's kind of irresponsible. And then I was thinking, but then my luck, I'll start drinking the butter. It starts working. Then with the addiction problems, I'll start chasing the buttery dragon. Like that's what I'm really afraid of. So start drinking it, and then that stops working. I build up a tolerance. I start trying to smoke it off of spoons in Denny's bathrooms, and then before you know it, I'm just mainlining the stuff, and they find me dead a few months later, face down in a public restroom with a needle of butter just sticking out of my last good vein in my penis. You know how addiction works. It's brutal. And I'm just laying there. I'm dead. I look like the bad guy from Sin City. I'm all yellow, got bubbly skin. Cop comes in, turns me over with his foot. He's like, Jesus Christ. He was young. He got some stepped on shit. Can't believe it's not butter. And that would be the end of my set. Thank you guys so much.
Dan,
Thank you,
everybody. Dan, come up, sit over here. Take that microphone with you.
Oh, yeah.
There's never enough microphones around here.
Yeah.
And also, okay, now Rui. Rui's been desperately trying to get the Bone Lady's bones over here throughout the whole set. You can do it now, Rui. Come on over here now. Here you go. Bring it on over here.
Come
Rui.
on,
You got
Bone
it.
Lady.
You got it.
Let's bone.
Let's
lot
talk
of
about your
logistics
quickly.
over here.
Let's talk about your punk band, Osama bin Reagan.
Let's do it, yeah. So, Bruce, if you're watching, which you're probably not, I don't know, but my partner and I, Bruce, we have a punk acapella two-man improv show that we do called Osama bin Reagan.
Yep.
Starring myself as Danny Decay.
Yeah.
And my partner Bruce as Obese Bruce, which are takes on like Johnny Rotten, Danny Decay, and like Obese Bruce, like Fat Mike from NoFX. So we kind of root it in music. And then we just kind of don't have instruments because what's more punk than not being able to play your instruments?
Oh, yeah,
not
that's
even
pretty good.
fucking having them.
That's pretty good.
So we do all of our music is my mouth, like just like whatever, and then like he'll sing, and like sometimes we'll improv songs, other times we'll just write titles, and then we've done shows like Improv Boston. We're actually responsible for Improv Boston banning confetti from a shows because they don't want to sweep it up.
Accomplishment.
Yeah, we did the ice bucket challenge, but it was called the nice bucket challenge, and we dumped confetti on it. It was stupid.
All right, quickly.
Yeah.
Quickly, throw out some of your movie roles.
A couple years ago, I played a detective in a movie. I actually was on the show
Yep.
at the time we were filming it. This show.
Yep.
It was called Long Night in a Dead City.
Yep.
And you can see that it's I don't know if that's on Amazon or it's on Vimeo, and you can buy the DVDs on the website scorpiofilms.com.
Okay.
I was also in recently in a comedy called Strapped for Danger. where I just played a patron in a male strip club.
Oh, nice.
You know how I do.
Sure.
And then November 4th in Rhode Island, and then October 18th in New York. I'm getting these dates right. You could check their website, ScorpioFilmReleasing.com. But I was in a movie called Dynastud.
Dynastud, yes.
Yeah, codename Dynastud.
Yep.
And I played a Russian hacker. So check that
Beautiful.
out. Yeah.
All right, now get out of here
Wait,
because
can
I
you do a
realized that
Russian
I can't
accent?
fit
Oh,
the
we don't
bone
have
lady
time.
and you on the same couch at the same time.
Yeah.
So get out of here now.
All right.
We'll catch more of. We'll find out more about Dan Martin in a little
I'll
bit.
come back.
All right, get out of here, Dan. There he goes, everybody. Dan Martin, the very funny Dan Martin. He's in Dynastud, everybody. He's Dynastud. Fantastic movie. All right, the Bone Lady is here. Here she is, everybody. I almost called you the boneless lady, but that's not.
No, I have lots of
You
bones.
you have all the bones, probably.
Most of them.
All right, here's what you need to know about the Bone Lady is she creates incredible pieces of art with bones. Hey, can one of these cameras kind of lean down here and show us these incredible works of art that we have here, and then we'll talk about them. Sorry, what? Oh, it is. Oh, there you go. There's the bone camera.
What's happening?
That's fantastic.
Ooh.
Wow. By the way, when did you first decide on bones as a medium?
I started working with bones a couple years ago when I first got the idea to take Barbie dolls and rip their heads off and glue skulls on instead.
Oh, yeah.
And
All right.
after that, it progressed into making jewelry, mostly because the Barbie skull dolls were really hard to sell. And then
People didn't want the Barbie skull dolls?
That's actually surprising.
Yeah.
Some people did, but there tends to be the overlap between people who like my art and people who have money is small.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. That makes
I
sense.
feel that.
Makes sense. Well,
So are bones expensive then?
well, it depends on the bones. Like a squirrel you can find on the street. Right? Do you ever do that? You ever just scoop them up?
I have some animals in my basement, but most
Okay.
of the ones that you see on the table I have gotten from vendors who do all the dirty work for me.
Okay.
They're not that expensive. It depends on the animal. The raccoon and mink skulls are about $5 to $10 each. The human bones are about $15 a finger
Wow.
range.
That's pretty.
So,
That's not bad.
I have a lot
$15
of
a
questions
finger.
about the logistics of
so also, if you
this.
want to know how much your body is worth, I could
Yes.
probably calculate that out for you.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Can you get more for having like a full set?
Well, if
Oh,
it's-
absolutely.
If
Yeah.
it's $15 for a finger, just you can extrapolate from there. It's
Yeah.
just simple math.
Well, $15 per individual bone. So
Oh, wow.
15,
Oh, my God.
30,
That's-
Oh, that's
45.
like $50 a finger.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow.
What? Okay, tell us about some of your creations here. We
So-
can pick one up and show the camera, and then
So
here we
starting
go.
on this side, we've got the raccoon guys. I try to make each plaque unique. So they've all got fake flowers, real bones. Never gonna die because the flowers aren't real and the
Oh,
bones are already
perfect.
dead.
All right. Yeah. The whole thing. Everything's
That's
dead
beautiful.
Everything's dead.
there. Everything's dead.
Then these little guys over here are mink skulls.
What is a mink? A mink is like a mongoose, that kind of thing.
A mink is a rodent, I think.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. That
All right.
is bigger than a mouse.
than a mouse.
Smaller than a raccoon.
Well, that's how big its head is.
That's
I know
how big its head is.
long and stretchy, like a.
No, I don't
those
think
things?
so. I think
No?
it's
All
like
right.
yeah, it's like a weasel. Yeah,
long and stretchy. That's why a weasel's long and stretchy, right?
but they have sharp little teeth. See
Okay.
how
Oh my God.
sharp
yeah,
they
look at
are.
those things.
Ooh.
And you get those dead, so you don't have to wrestle them yourself or anything.
That's right. These are
Okay.
all ethically sourced, so none of them are killed for their bones. They're all roadkill
What do we got
or
there?
natural deaths. Here, we have some shrew and mice bones that I extracted from owl pellets, which you can buy on Amazon.
Well, I did that once in elementary school. It was really fun.
It's super fun.
yeah. I don't know why we did that in school.
Why did you do
Now
that?
I'm thinking about it, but it was super cool.
It's called science.
Yeah, it was educational for sure.
When you meet somebody, Erica, the Bone Lady, for the first time, do you imagine rearranging them in some kind of post-mortem art? Do you just kind of?
Well, I can't say that, but I can tell you that I asked my mom if I could have her skull when she dies, and she said no.
Yeah.
And honestly, I thought that was really rude.
Cold.
I wonder how that would work. I think it might bother you to have your own mom's. Yeah, maybe not.
It might a
I'm
little.
fine with
I
it.
mean, I haven't been able to like deep flesh my own pets when they've died.
Yeah.
So too much attachment there.
How much do
but
you know
then
about bones, by the way? Do you know a lot about bones?
Like what?
If I throw out the names of some bones, can you tell me where they are in the human body?
Probably not. I'm not great with human anatomy, but I'm really good at identifying animal skulls.
Where's the trapezoid?
What?
That's
a
not
shape.
a bone.
That is a shape.
No.
Here, I got one. What is the biggest bone in the human body?
Wait, femur, because we were talking about it in there earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do animals have femurs too?
Yeah.
No, they don't have
yes.
femurs. Do
They might have
Full
I don't know
four
what they do.
femurs. Wouldn't they have four femurs then? I mean,
Or
four-legged
is it a
animals.
tibia?
What
I
kind
don't
of
know.
I don't know.
What kind of music do you listen to when you're creating bone art? What's good bone art music?
Oh, you didn't give me a chance to prepare something clever.
Oh, it doesn't have to be clever. It's just what you're actually listening
Bone Thugs
to.
and Harmony?
I don't usually listen to music. I usually just watch Star Trek.
Oh, okay, all right.
I dig it.
Which one?
Yeah.
I've been watching TNG.
Yeah. The best one.
I actually started watching it after going to Deep Space Fine a couple weeks
Oh,
ago,
nice.
Saki Toomey's burlesque show.
Is this
That's great.
necklace here? What's the?
Yes, that is the last thing. This is my real human bone necklace,
Look at that! There's a human bone.
which
Is
I'm.
that the same as what you're
It's
wearing?
also what I'm wearing. Yes.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Where do you get the? Where do you get the human bones? Do you get them someplace different than the?
Amazon.
You get those in Amazon too?
Yeah.
What?
What kind of world are we living in?
2018, man.
There's no way that's ethically sourced.
You can buy anything on the internet.
That's true, but Amazon
Also,
Prime now?
define ethical.
Right. There's no ethical consumption under capitalism.
Exactly.
They should give you a little background on whose finger bones they were. That'd be nice.
I have a human skull in my living room, and I do sometimes
you
wonder
do?
about what was this dude like
Oh, you
when
don't
he was
know
alive.
who the skull was?
No, I don't
you know.
know if
It's
he-
a dude skull.
I don't.
But you're guessing it's a dude.
I'm
skull.
guessing it's a dude.
I guess skulls.
Maybe that's
Do
sexist.
skulls just naturally look male? I don't know. It's a good question.
Yeah.
You think you could, Elsa? You think you could tell a female skull if you just saw the skull?
No, I think the only way you can really tell is with the hips.
Yeah.
You can tell the way the hips
A skull
sit.
just looks like a skull. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
All right. That's good to know. Hey, let me ask you this: what animal do you think has the coolest looking skull?
Giraffe.
Giraffe,
Yeah.
for sure.
I have been
It's probably-
saving up to buy
how
a
big is
giraffe
it?
skull. It's probably about probably about the same size as a horse skull, but it's a really weird shape.
They're
Wow.
strange. Yeah, I got to meet some this summer, and they're like the kind of animals where the longer you look at them, the weirder they look. Their
Giraffes
skulls
are really weird.
Yeah, yeah. So that would be a really cool thing
Yeah.
to-
What's the biggest skull you've worked with?
The biggest skull I have is a bison skull that I
Wow.
got from Indonesia.
Oh my God,
Is carved.
Cool.
So
that's like a buffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How big is it?
It's about like the horns are like this
So the
wide.
horns are
skull
made
itself.
of bone too. Then
The horns are made of horn.
What are you gonna do with that
Okay,
thing?
different thing.
What are you
If
gonna do
they're
with
still
it?
attached.
It's on my wall. That
It's on
one's
your
just
wall,
mine.
hanging
Yeah,
out-
that's just
okay.
mine.
All right, cool. Is there a project that you've always dreamed of doing that you haven't done yet?
I don't think so. I think my dream has just been
Your
to.
dream is this.
Yeah,
You're living your dream.
I'm living the dream.
You're gluing bones to things.
I'm living the creepy
selling them.
dead dream.
And it's
yeah.
incredible.
Beautiful dream.
Yeah.
It is beautiful.
I take dead things, I put hot glue all over them, and people give me money.
Where are we getting these?
Amazing.
Oh, I have a Facebook account, which is facebook.com/boneladyarts. So you can message me directly to set up sales, but mostly I just go to local markets like the black market. Upcoming in October, I'm doing Jerry's Fright Fair in Salem, which should be super cool because it's Salem in October. There's going to be lots of really cool
Very
stuff.
spooky.
All right, very good. So look, here's some skulls. We're going to take another look at these skulls in just a little bit. But first, you know how the show goes. We keep things moving. Right now, I think you guys are in for a real treat. She's one of our all-time faves, and she's playing with the Black Leather Lagoon. Here she comes, everybody. It's the incredible Jessica Barstis!
My daddy drives a UFO. Drops me off and then he goes. Brings me on his messy plane. But he'll be back for me again. Yeah, he will.
Jessica. You can come on over here. By the way, can we get these? Do you have PayPal, Erica? Can you?
PayPal, Venmo.
Venmo, the whole thing. Good. I'm gonna pick up one of these.
Bitcoin?
Yeah. How about Bitcoin?
I got some Ethereum. I'm trying to move.
No Bitcoin.
All right, come on over here, Jessica. You can. There's always room on the couch.
We can squish.
Always.
We can squish.
Hello.
We can squish.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Jessica's back, everybody.
We kind of match.
We do.
One of our all-time faves. Since we saw you last, you sustained some kind of foot injury. Is that right?
Yeah,
what
I
happened?
did.
Did you break a bone?
I did. I broke my 5th metatarsal.
Speaking of bones.
How much do you think one of those is worth, Erica?
Probably $15.
$15. Yeah, all right. That
Did
makes
it cost
sense.
that much to get it fixed?
It cost a lot more than that to get it fixed.
Should have just sold it to me.
Sadly.
How did you do it? Did you do it? Was you doing something cool?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I had an entirely not sober moment and shut
Okay.
my foot in the car door.
We've all been there. I appreciate your honesty.
I mean, like, I legitimately tried to come up with like cooler ways I could have done this,
Yeah.
and there's like I went through a whole list, and I was like, no, none of. I just have to.
No, that's cool enough,
Own
man.
it.
That's pretty rock and roll. And then, but when you break one of those, they go, all right, well, you broke it. There's nothing you can do about it, right?
They put you in an air cast and charge you like $800. And they're like, have a good day.
It's the old air cast. I broke my leg 4 years ago, and I'm never gonna do that again. It's a complete inconvenience. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how was the air cast? It was terrible, right?
Oh, it was the worst thing in the entire world.
I don't even know what that is.
It's like those big like boots, the big black puffy boots. Yeah.
On August 25th, according to Facebook, you threw out your Christmas tree, Jessica.
Oh my God. Yeah, I did.
But don't you feel like at that point it could have just been this year's Christmas tree?
Well,
I mean, really?
Well, the problem was we were moving,
Okay.
so it was not going to survive the move because it was like a fire hazard sitting in the apartment,
Right.
like by itself.
Yeah.
So we were like, all right, like it still smelled like Christmas. To be fair, like we were throwing it out and we are like, oh, goodbye, you
Yeah.
still smell like Christmas,
Yeah,
such good
yeah.
memories, but. I got my $50 worth out of that one. I was not disappointed.
So was there any time between say December 26th and August 25th where you thought we should get rid of this tree, or you just?
So I have a job where I can work from home at times.
Yeah.
And there was like a big meeting where I only work in a company of like 32 people. And there was this big meeting. I was working from home and I got stuck on the screen, I guess, like in the office room, like the big television screen
Yeah.
with a Christmas tree behind me. And I will never live it down. It was like, I want to say it was in like June and everyone was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, are you for real?
Because not only is it a Christmas tree, it's a dead Christmas tree.
Was it still decorated at that point?
We had a Santa hat on top of it, but all the cats had ripped down like the ornaments and it was kind of sad.
By the way, big news with you recently is that you went to Disneyland. She went to Disneyland, everybody.
I did. For the first time in my
For the
27 years.
First time in her life.
Yeah. I cried way more than like any adult should ever cry. It was really upsetting.
So it was a life changer to you.
It was. So they only caught a video of me when I was like going into the park and seeing the Magic Castle for the first time, which was like, it was cute crying, you know what
Yeah,
I mean? Because it was just like emotionally overwhelmed. But I was so glad that none of my friends that were with me were filming when the fireworks show was going on.
Yeah.
Because they do this thing where they fly the actress who plays Tinkerbell from the top of the castle and she flies through the whole park on a wire and all the trees light up. And I mean, I was like ugly crying on the ground. Like I was like, please no one look at me right now.
That's beautiful. So that was your
sure you
first
weren't the
time.
only one.
That was your first time at Disneyland. How about Elsie? You've been there?
Disney?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many times?
Twice?
Oh my God.
I don't know.
Erica the Bone Lady, how many times have you gone to Disneyland?
Twice as an adult, once when I was 6.
Oh my God. That's pretty good. 3.
Yeah.
I got a friend, K-Quakes. He's been on the show a few times. That guy's gone to Disney World like 25 times.
Right.
What?
That's insane, right?
It's a lot of Disney.
Can I say something else too? Same guy saw the movie Rocky Horror Picture Show 700 times. In a movie theater.
That's dedication.
Impressive.
Whoa.
Isn't that insane? I honestly can't think of a thing in this world that I'd want to do 700
How many
times.
full days of watching Rocky Horror does that add up
If you're
to?
gonna like obsess with something though, isn't that something really awesome to obsess with?
It's mind-numbing. I mean, like, It's not even that good of a movie the first time. How is it 700? No,
You
no
get-
offense.
Oh.
You get really burned out on it really fast. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to be an unpopular opinion with our like viewership.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, sorry.
No,
Hey,
I don't disagree.
hey,
Burst in the bubble, man.
what do you know something about Jessica? She studied musical theater.
I did do
Nice.
that. I did do that.
Give us some highlights of your musical theater career.
So I kind of had like a more alternative musical theater career because I like started out and I was like, so Sound of Music is not for me. It's not working out. So I worked mostly with this like drag company called the Gold Dust Orphans.
Okay.
Bringing you such hits as Thoroughly Muslim Millie instead of Thoroughly Modern Millie. What else did we do? We did Snow White and the Seven Bottoms. Yes.
Sure.
I still have my fully made Snow White costume from that. And Legally Blind, which was a play on Legally Blonde and
Sure,
The Miracle
right.
Worker about Helen Keller.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
all right. So, what was your role in Legally Blind?
Oh,
Were you
I was Helen Keller.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yes.
What was-
Starring role.
What's the outfit for Helen Keller?
It was not flattering
Okay.
at first. So they ended up using the plot of Gypsy.
All right.
So it was oddly appropriate. So Helen Keller, whenever she feels music, starts to take her clothes off. like most of us in life, right?
I don't know how good of a dancer Helen Keller would be, though.
That's questionable at
Right.
best. And so then she sort of evolves and finally finds out that this is what Annie Sullivan has been using her to do this whole time to make money because she's taking her clothes off. Then she's like, screw it, I'm going to be a big star, and comes up with this whole blind act with all of her dancers. Yeah.
Did people complain about these shows?
You know what? Surprisingly, no, but they've been doing it for like many, many years now, so people are kind of used to it.
And
They're
where
over
was
it.
this?
Everybody loves
Machine.
them. Machine, everybody.
There you go.
I like that place. It's a good place to go dancing. Elsie, have you done any musical theater?
I played in the pit orchestra,
Fantastic.
Yes.
What was your instrument?
clarinet and tenor saxophone.
How about you, Erica? Any musical theater?
I have. Yeah, I performed with the Norton Singers in Jekyll and Hyde the musical
my
and
God.
Young Frankenstein the musical.
Oh my God.
Ah.
What were you in Jekyll and Hyde?
I was a prostitute.
Hey.
Gotta have them, especially in
I
Victorian England.
empower that.
Incredible. Well, look, we have some incredible musical talent right here on the couch, but we also have musical talent across the way there.
Boom.
So before we put a lid on tonight's show, how about a little bit more rock and roll from the incredible 61 Ghosts?
Hey, thank you, Ken. This one goes out to you living in Salem called Seven Gables.
Thank you.
Strolls around that same old town like he owns the place. March around with a permanent friend. If I was in his place, he's got a break. March around with an open wound. Won't heal no more. Strolls around with his mental endowment. From his private ward, he's got a brave heart. I said a brave heart. What I said, oh, Bobby, sailing bound. Oh, Seven Gables. Lives that day, well, lives at night. I know it's all the same. Sure that I would like your painting. If I can find that frame, he's gonna. I don't know if I can take the pain. If I can do that time. Nobody knows when it's time to blow. In the blink of an eye, I said a break.
Yeah!
We appreciate the opportunity, Ken. Thanks very
Oh,
much.
you're welcome. Of course.
Yeah.
61 ghosts, everybody. All right, beautiful. By the way, Dan, I kind of figured that now
Yeah.
that you're a family man and you're happy and your life's positive, that your comedy would take a turn, but it hasn't.
No,
it's just
man.
as dark as it's always been.
Life is still dark, brother. I mean, my daughter is awesome,
Yeah.
and my wife, sweet lady, but everything still happened. You know what I mean? Like,
That's true.
and life still sucks.
Yeah. Well,
Love you, honey.
man.
Yeah,
but you know, now you got Legos, you got everything else.
I do have a lot of Legos.
He's got a lot of Legos.
Yeah. Yep.
By the way, here's what I want to say about. It's time for plugs, but first let me just say this. Wait, take Bones. Here, the story that I want to tell. I got no time to tell it. But you know, there was one.
You can't leave us like that. Come
I was
on.
thinking about the human bones thing. So years ago, this is years and years ago. This is back in me and Joe's day. A prominent local musician was briefly a suspect in a murder because they found a nanny got cut in half and half of her was in his dumpster, and he had human bones in his house. And this was before
Wow.
you could buy bones
You
from
can
Amazon.
acquiesce,
If the
right.
cops came to his door now, it'd be like, I got them from Amazon. You couldn't do
It's like I
that.
got an Etsy.
What was the?
Remember that. Pro tip.
What was the largest bone in the body again? Was that
Femur.
femur? I hardly know her.
So let's get everybody over here for the plugs, because everybody's here for a reason. They want you to buy their products. They want you to go to their show. So let's get 61 Ghosts over here, and let's get Erica the Bone Lady over here, and we
Yeah.
have Dan here, and we have Jessica here, and we can all get together and we can talk about all the wonderful things that all these people have coming up, because there's a lot. So first, Dan, since we got you here, tell
Yeah.
us where we're going to find the incredible Dan Martin next, because we got a little taste. We're going to want some
You
more.
know what? Just come out to Improv Boston, October 4th for
Okay.
the Naked Show,
Okay. Oh, the Naked Show.
and you can catch me.
That's where I met this guy.
You can catch me headlining.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Come on out, October 4th, the first Thursday of every month. Naked Comedy Improv Boston.
I will guarantee you that it will be a night you never forget.
Never forget your first time.
Right. Let's move over to the incredible Jessica Barstis and see where we can find her next.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, since I broke my foot, I kind of put a hiatus on, put a little damper on stuff. You know how that goes. But I will be back here for Halloween, which I'm super stoked about.
Yes.
Yeah. And then also you can always follow me on Instagram, Jessica Dunaway, and I'll always update there too if more stuff comes up.
Instagram, everybody. Let's move over to the incredible Elsa.
Hey, the next Smokin' Shadows, my burlesque and variety show that defies decade and genre, is on Monday, October 1st. And we have Legends Night. We have a living burlesque legend, a woman who's been stripping since 1970, as well as burlesque tributes to urban legends. It's going to be great. Comedy, live music. You can get tickets at elsaright.com.
Smoking Shadows, always a fantastic show. Let's go over to the Bone Lady, and she'll tell you where you can buy some bones.
So I'm next going to be in Harvard Square at the Spaces pop-up market on October 13th. And then I'm going to be at Jerry's Fright Fair in Salem on the 28th. And you can also find me anytime on Facebook or Instagram, Bone Lady Arts. So that's me.
Bone Lady Arts!
Yeah.
61 Ghosts. Where do you find you guys next?
We're off to Texas for a few weeks, come back doing another release, and we're happy to be on Auto Records. We just got picked up on a Texas label. I'm looking over there.
Yeah.
So the new release will be on Auto Records out of San Antonio, and we're all around the area. Feel free to check out 61ghost.com. Playing quite a bit. And thank you so much, Ken, for the opportunity.
Of course. What an honor to have 61 Ghosts on.
guys
All right, let's
rock.
go over there. We got Black Lagoon, we got The Gala, we got Radium Girls. Let's hear about it.
The Gala US. Stop by Deadbeat Records. Pick up our records. You can check us out next at the Midway on the 28th with Gene Dante, the Future Starlets, the High End, and State of the Union for their album release.
Fantastic.
Yeah. All right, my band Radium Girls is going to be playing on Sunday, September 23rd at the Burn Back Room for the Bust Out Boston Festival. There are a ton of other bands that are playing. The festival actually started tonight, I think. So it's going on for the next 4 days. So check out all the awesome bands at the Burn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you this, everybody. There is not going to be... Oh, wait, we got one more? Oh, my God.
Black Leather Lagoon. We're playing Salem Horror Fest, October 6th.
Yeah. Hocus Opus.
Let me tell you this. Next week there is no show. Sorry for everybody about that. But because I know
I'm gonna
you guys
relapse.
are gonna hang out here. We're just not gonna do a show.
Yeah.
But we'll be back on October 3rd with an incredible show featuring Boston's greatest twin sister fronted Kiss tribute band, Kister. They will be here.
Yeah.
Oh, kissed her. I don't even know her.
Right. Plus, funny lady Murray Dickinson and Banged Canned Bonanza, the cat food edition. Everybody's been waiting.
I wanted so much better for my friends.
Everybody's been waiting, and finally Johnny and I will be eating cat food.
I ate cat food once.
Oh, we're gonna try.
What
that.
do they have to look forward to?
It's awful.
Yeah, it's gonna be terrible. All right, everybody,
The
listen.
vomit tasted better later.
Before we
Yeah.
end the show, I would love it if our director and also my bride, the incredible Stacey Dunn, would just come out quickly, just for a quick bow.
Come on
because it's her birthday after all, and she's the unsung hero of our operation. Here she comes!
Yes!
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 Here she comes! Hey! Stacey Dunn, wait, Stacey Dunn, come on over here. Here, right here. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Stacey Dunn, we want to thank you for everything you do and the incredible job you do here at the Heavy Leather Topless Dance Party.
Thank you.
Co-signed.
And everybody wants to wish you an incredible birthday. And since it will be away, look, here he comes. Oh, look. Oh, there we go. Here's a
Birthday. It's for you.
Get a camera on this.
got a camera shot. There we go. Stacey says, "Happy birthday, Stacey."
It does.
It's all for you.
Spelled right.
It is spelled right.
Yeah.
I had to argue with the lady at Whole Foods to make sure. You know what? It's really difficult to get a pentagram on a cake. People don't want to do that shit.
All right, fantastic. Now go back to the band. All right, thank you, Stacey.
Thank you, guys.
There she goes, everybody. It's Stacey.
Happy birthday, Stacy!
All right, where's Rui, my intern? Rui, I need you to get everybody on the dance floor. This is what I need you to corral everybody over there because this is the part of the show where we dance. All right, everybody, please go over there. Everybody over there, right over there. Thank you. I want to thank everybody for being here. It's been an incredible night. We'll see you in 2 weeks. And there they are, everybody. The kings of the nighttime world. It's the Black Leather Lagoon.
I was a teenage werewolf. Braces on my
Brody.